sub to your channel.
Should sub.
However. All right,
I'm not
guys.
subbing to this shithole.
I did.
Bitch, you got money.
That was a.
Oh, never mind. all three monitors just went to commercial.
Wait,
all right,
what
guys.
the fuck?
First, a word from our sponsor with Audible, so shut the hell up. You can download titles and listen offline anytime, anywhere. The app is free. It can be installed on all smartphone, tablets, and devices. You can listen across devices without losing your spot. If you can't decide what you like to listen to, you can keep your credits up to 1 year. And I believe you also get credits every 6 months. So you get 2 credits. And eventually in the chat, you will see a link where you can get 30-day free trial with Audible, supports the podcast, and you can get free ebooks. So it's a win-win situation. Now on to the episode.
So do the thing, chat. Audible, click it, like it. Back to Rex.
Yes, get 30-day free trials.
Okay, back to Rex.
Okay.
What's up, bud?
It is. Hey, how are you guys today? I'm sorry, I'm out of it today.
You say that every week. What the fuck?
Not every week.
Okay, just every week.
Just half the weeks.
Sounds good. I'm doing good. I've had a productive day, which for a disabled vet is probably not a good thing. How about you, Kay? Did you deliver any presents today, Santa?
No, I had a kind of a shit day because I went to bed.
Nobody cares. Anyway, so Betsy, how are you today?
I'm great. Glad to finally be on your show. It's been very entertaining so far.
She's like, I'm not promoting this ever.
She's gonna get off of here and be like,
oh no, 100%. Like she's gonna go on Twitter and write a review.
Oh god.
And Twitter's gonna fucking ban us.
No.
I would not be surprised.
No.
Like Elon Musk is gonna show up at my own house and be like, bro, no. Not happening.
It's gonna have something to do with like never watch this shit.
Yeah.
No.
Like I've been a member of dysfunctional veterans since the induction.
Oh wow.
Like even they would be like, bro, we don't even know you anymore.
A lot of changes.
I'm gonna be like, so what happened was.
But no, seriously, like, so I didn't get any sleep last night. Like, I went to bed at 10, woke up at 11:30, and basically been up ever since.
Oh, so you're on deployment.
Basically. I didn't go to work today.
I'm good
I was
with
like,
that, actually.
I crashed I guess I got some sleep, you could say, from like noon.
Why did you sound like a really dumb version of Bugs Bunny just now?
I don't know.
I love how you say you didn't go to work today, yet you don't even leave the house.
Oh, I didn't leave the house. What?
No, you don't leave the house to go to work.
That doesn't mean you don't go to work.
I know
you go from the bedroom to the coffee to the bathroom to your office. You're going to work.
He already does that.
Coffee maker right there.
On his off days, he does that already.
He's still going to work.
Work here.
I guess.
Look, I got up.
For me, work is waking up and going, shit, I got to do this again. And that's just my living.
So living is your work, essentially.
Yeah, 100% it is.
So he wakes up and went, fuck, I did it again.
Yeah, I wake up and I'm just like, God damn it. I tried so hard not to.
It's 3 months in a row.
Fucking 13 years in a row, I wake up. Why the?
Staying alive is a full-time job. Facts.
All right, so we're not gonna do what we had talked about, Rex. About the ending question. We're gonna do that first to get it out of the way. Hang on a second, Betsy. There is a single question that we ask of all our guests. Okay. We already primarily know the most hated thing in the military. But we're going to let Rex ask it because at some point, this asshole is going to have to fucking deal with this thing personally. So I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to him.
It's kind of his question anyway. He's just the one that he asked.
100%. He's like, whatever.
We have an email for a reason. So shut the fuck up. What is your least favorite and favorite MRE?
Oh, man. A long time since I've had to eat an MRE. I don't know. I'd eat any of them, though. I didn't have any problem with any of them.
Really?
Any of them?
Any of them.
Like, even the veggie omelet?
Of them?
Or even the omelet. Now, as long as I had the green sauce, I could eat the omelet. No problem. But,
oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh.
I just like food. I'm a foodie.
I mean, I like food.
I'm the weird
I
one.
like food. And
I like food.
100% love food. Hate every fucking MRE ever made.
Understand.
I don't hate every MRE.
We can see that.
But the vomit is like
it's really
by
bad.
itself. Yes, I
You're
can
not
see
wrong.
that's definitely one of the worst.
I wouldn't feed that to like my worst enemy's dog.
Oh no, 100% not to the dog, to my enemy, but
To my enemy, yeah,
give
I
it
feed
to him all
him.
the day long.
Yeah, force
Yes.
feed it.
Yeah.
Like
see that.
waterboarding.
There isn't enough Tabasco to make that shit fucking taste.
So you
good.
don't have a least favorite, but do you have a favorite at all in the top of your head?
No. Honestly, real talk, no. I ate any of them. If anyone wanted to trade, I was able to trade. I didn't care. As long as I got to eat.
That's fair. That's fair.
that's
I
fair.
mean, 3,000 calories in one fucking meal.
Much.
There's 3,000
And then,
calories in
and
one of
then
those fuckers?
there was no
Yes,
bathroom
there is.
break for the next 6 weeks.
Yep.
All right, so Betsy, if you don't mind, kind of give a if you want to, you kind of give a brief introduction to people listening at home later on, and those that are watching this live. A brief introduction to who you are and whatnot.
Okay. Well, I actually served in the Army. I was only in a couple years. So I've been out now for, 11 years now. But during that time, I know I struggled out of the military. And I've always wanted to write a book. So I started the Fight series. And through that, I've been able to meet all sorts of veterans and podcasts and organizations and whatnot, trying to help spread that mental health awareness, veterans awareness, and just the importance of why we need to take the suicide and depression, anxiety, PTSD kind of seriously. I understand we make fun, we poke fun, let's just face it. In the military, everything sucked. But, there kind of needs to be a balance that we need to okay, this sucked, but let's also try to promote that there is good. You can also find another purpose. Just because you take off the uniform doesn't mean your life has to end. You can start over. So that's kind of what I've been doing. I didn't necessarily do everything in the military. I'm aware everyone has a story. I'm aware, things happen even when you get out of the military. But, all need to kind of come together. Veterans kind of need to unite across the branches because the VA just isn't for everybody. For me, it kind of didn't work out. So I've been kind of having to depend on the Fight series and everyone I've met through the series, such as y'all's selves and, of course, DV Radio and other podcasts, other veterans, because, who knows a vet better than a vet? And that's kind of been the
This
journey.
is true.
So that's kind of my
Now, if you don't mind, can we ask what you did while you were active?
I was ammunition specialist, but I was basically just an 88 Mike. I was really just a truck driver because, I drove the LHSs at the time. That was kind of the main thing I did. I didn't really get to play with the ammo or anything. So, because in garrison, they have civilians do it. So, military contractors do it. And I'm like, well, that's stupid. What's the point of being an ammo tech if I can't play with it? But, whatever. I still got to do missions. I still got to be a part of that quote unquote cool stuff. But for the most part, I was just a PFC. So,
hey, you know what? You still did your job.
I tried.
Right? I think we all did. So let me ask you. Obviously, we've got a panel of men. Well, I mean, like 2 veterans and this other guy.
2 veterans in there. This guy,
that guy. But
I'm Rex. I'm the host of Asylum Arms. But okay,
shut up. You don't count anymore.
I don't.
Oh shit!
Count anymore.
So it's backwards. Like,
all right.
Yeah, no, you were like, yeah, go that way because you were pointing to me, and I'm like,
I saw that just now. I was
got
like,
more
no,
time in than you. Shut up. But let me ask you this: as and if you're uncomfortable with it, totally get it. But as a female in the military,
Mm-hmm.
were there obstacles that you weren't prepared for?
Prepared for? I'd probably say no, because
Okay.
I was kind of mentally prepared because I was an Air Force brat. My entire family was in Air Force, but I was the rebel. I went Army, and they basically always said,
"Shut up, Jay."
Well, that the military, I mean, Army was like of the worst as far as treating women, and so I was kind of already prepared, but just being the rebel and just being like just gung ho about it, I was like, "Fuck it, I'll just go do it." And yeah, there were obstacles. Yes, I do believe there were some. I wouldn't say sexism, but it was definitely, you could tell like, oh, you're a woman. You're not going to be able to do the PT test as well as men. Okay, cool. Even though I outdid some of the push-ups, outdid push-ups on some of the guys, but whatever.
I mean, I will tell you right now, when it comes to sit-ups, no man can ever sit there like toe to toe with a female on sit-ups. I've tried. Didn't ever happen.
Yeah. Wow. There's still people out there who would talk it down, but I mean, it was kind of whatever. I mean, I was in there for my own purpose, my own reason, so I tried to just ignore it. But it's kind of hard when you're surrounded by negative talkers.
Oh, 100%. So, like with you saying that your family was Air Force, what made you go Army?
I was the rebel. Now right after high school, they did have me go to an Air Force recruiter, and they went through the whole thing about it, but it just didn't feel like it was me. Like, it didn't feel like that's where I was supposed to go. And I tried to explain that. My parents didn't understand that. Of course, my mom was afraid for her, afraid for my life. Like, they're just going to treat you like crap,
of course.
Blah, blah, blah. And I don't know. The Army.
You're gonna be on the front line with a bayonet.
I don't think she was really worried about that part per se, because the Army recruiter even was like, more than likely you're not going to be on the front lines. So I mean, I wasn't worried about that either, but I think it was just how women were treated was what my mom's concerned about. But for me, I don't know. It's just like the general feel of how the training was and how they just described it. It just felt like Army was more me. I don't know. I'm a little more rough around the edges, I guess. Yeah. I got along with the guys better than anything. I don't know. I just kind of wanted to join the military, and the Army just kind of fit me. That's my personality.
That's fair.
It's a good choice.
Perfectly fair on that one. No, it's not a good choice. It's the Army. Shut up.
I mean, you're more Marine than Navy.
I mean, true.
Technically, he's actually more Army than Marine.
No, we're not even close to the Army.
Come on.
Oh, Lord.
Look, the Army engineers fuck up. They call the CBs to help.
I think they all call the CB.
Like, honestly. Everybody calls us.
I don't think there's a fucking engineer group that's out there that's like, hold on a second.
100%. That's what happened. And like when the Navy was trying to get rid of the CBs, like the Army, the Air Force, the Marines, everyone's like, no, we got them. And then the Navy was like, okay, so they've been around since 1942. I think we'll keep them.
Yeah.
And we're all like, can we leave? Like, please? Like, y'all want us to wear that blue, like, ridiculous uniform, and we're not going to wear that.
Oh man, that uniform was awful. That blue
it's so bad.
What, like?
Okay,
what
so
are you hiding it.
No, okay, so originally, what they originally made for the blue camo was, it was supposed to be shipboard, and if it came in contact, like if you fell overboard, if it came in contact with salt water, it would your uniform would literally turn orange, so they could see you. great idea. Only problem was, if you didn't fall overboard and you went and did laundry, the laundry services were flooded with salt water.
Oh.
So your uniform was already orange.
So essentially, you're a big fat target in the ocean in front of all your enemies.
I mean, yeah, no, like big gray floaty thing, and then like everybody looks like, you know, whatever. So they were like, all right, we'll stop that, but we want the entire Navy to wear blue. And then the Seabees were like, okay, wait, we got a problem. We don't go on those gray things anymore. So fuck off. And then, you know, the Navy was like, do it anyway. And then, you know, our bastard children, because if anybody doesn't know, the U.S. Navy SEALs actually came from the Seabees, and they were like, we're not wearing that shit. And the Navy's like, yeah, no, you guys aren't wearing that shit. And then the Seabees were like, yeah, we're not wearing it either.
Yeah, I saw that uniform for the first time, and I was just like, what are they going to hide against?
I know, but the bad problem was the uniform they gave us, the Type 3. I mean, we camouflaged really well in a pickle factory. That's about it.
I mean, the Air Force went, what, Tiger Stripes or whatever that was?
Yeah, you guys went full-blown Tiger Stripe.
Oh, Paul, when was the last war you seen in a pickle factory?
I'm not going to talk about Lafayette.
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut because it has to do with Rex and a pickle.
Oh, so what happened was,
love you, Rex. You fucker.
All right, we're playing landmines in K-Space and Scum next time I'm on.
I don't even know if I have it based.
So, if you don't mind, I kind of want to talk about this.
I mean, yeah,
it's just what she's here for.
I mean, just a little bit.
What?
Why didn't? Oh
no, go ahead, Rex, please.
What inspired you to write Fight?
I think it was kind of a growing amount of things kind of happening at once, because I was going through like a very, very, very dark time after I got out of the military. VA denied me. No one wanted to talk to me. My chain of command basically stopped talking back. You know, I wasn't their problem anymore. So I was kind of by myself, going through a divorce, and then I had received some phone calls that friends of mine that I served with committed suicide. And I really started getting lost. I fell into depression. I was attempting to commit suicide myself. And I tried to speak to a counselor. They said I couldn't talk to anyone unless I was going to kill myself right then. I said, well, go fuck myself. Okay, cool. And I hung up. So I realized the veteran community is kind of trapped. I mean, of course, now I notice there's more veteran resources out there, but at the time I didn't hear about it, didn't know about it, didn't know anybody veteran wise that was willing to help me, because I'm just a girl. I didn't deploy. I didn't do anything cool. So fuck myself. And I realized that I needed to talk about what everyone didn't want to talk about, was, you know, the suicide attempts, the depression, the anxiety, because I know I wasn't alone. I couldn't find anyone to talk to, but at the time it was like, this is what's going on. And I found a way to, even though it's still fiction, I was able to sort of use my own stories, pieces of my own story, but also incorporate things I've heard, things I saw. My husband now, he was also infantry, so he kind of gave me some insight of what he did, what he saw, what he did, and now he gave me some resources to some friends. So I started doing interviews, and then I published Fight, and that's when I realized I could keep going. You know, Fight 2, Fight 3, now Fight 4. And so it's sort of...
And you're working on Fight 5, right?
It's actually Fight 4. I've contemplated just keeping it going, but then it's like, when would it end? Because Fight 4 was supposed to be the end. But it kind of started with, what are people not talking about? Because every book and movie I see out there more has to do with the Hollywood side, the explosions, the excitement, the whatever. But it's like, well, what about the mental health?
Side.
Yeah, the realistic side is mental health is killing our troops. Well,
yeah. I think the only movie that I've seen that has even come close to showing that is We Were Soldiers.
Hmm.
When they were bringing,
I'd kind of agree with
Love
that.
that movie.
when they were bringing the yellow slips home,
I love that.
Yeah,
and the women were like, "No, we'll hand these out."
yeah. The
Yes.
wives were going around.
Yeah.
It's
I think that's the
so
only
brutal.
The only movie that comes close to that, because I've seen, I'm a like huge like war movie guy. But I think all military people are like World War
Oh no,
II.
I 100% watch war movies, and I'm like, you're
Yeah.
full of shit. That never happened.
Yes.
I'm looking at the fucking ribbons, going, "That's wrong. That's
Aw,
wrong."
yeah.
I'm
That's
I'm
wrong.
that guy that's like, okay, look, your collar device is like 2.5
Aw.
inches too fucking high. Fuck off right now.
I'm like, that ribbon doesn't even go with this war.
Oh God.
Dude, we're talking about Vietnam. You're wearing fucking like the Korean
OIF
fucking war
and
map.
shit.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm like, and I'm saying I've seen a lot of the videos, I've seen a lot of the movies, and the only one that comes, like I said, remotely close is We Were Soldiers. And that's because it only shows the part of when they're coming home, and they show the devastating effects of getting just a fucking letter. Literally just a letter saying that you're such and such. Died.
It's not even that. I mean, somebody like the one thing that everybody fears is that knock.
Yeah.
Or you know, in today's day and age, that
Probably a phone
believe
call.
me. Well, in today's day and age, I wouldn't put it past my former command to send a text,
Oh,
which
God.
is
This motherfucker-
really be fucked up.
Oh, somebody text me. Oh, well,
Like,
shit.
oh, I just got added on Twitter. Hang on. Oh, fuck, my husband's dead.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Facebook
it
message.
just, yeah, no, I 100% agree with you. You know, when you know, back in that time, it's, you know, somebody shows up the door and you hear that knock, and like
that knock
your,
is just
your
like,
heart is in your stomach at that
yeah,
point.
you look outside and see a green car with a star on the side, and you just like,
it could be a green car, it could be a taxi.
yeah, and it's just you just die inside because that's what you feel. And I'm right there with you with the depression, the anxiety, the thoughts of suicide, the attempts of suicide. I've done all of that, and the VA health system is straight fucking garbage. I mean, it took me 6 months just to get seen by, just to start my mental health evaluation.
Yep.
It was 6 months from the time I asked for the appointment to when I actually got the appointment done. I mean, now I have a psychologist. I have like 3 pharmacists. I have she's a counselor, but she's my therapist. I see her every couple weeks. But I didn't realize how broken I was until I started talking about it to somebody.
Exactly.
Because I use like dark humor is like, that's my, I mean, it's like,
oh, that's our favorite fucking toy.
and I mean like some dark shit. Like people like, I said some shit to my wife and she goes,
he says some shit.
What the fuck?
he says some shit.
And I'll find it funny, and she's like, that's not funny.
Yeah, there's nothing funny about that, and you're just like, but I giggled,
but I laughed.
Yeah,
we're
good.
Yep.
I have I never got deployed because I was Air Force. I was stateside the whole time, but I had some friends that got deployed that didn't come home. So I have that survivor's guilt.
Yes.
Because when I was their age, I was like, I'm single. I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have kids. It's just me. And these guys had like girlfriends and wives and kids. And I'm like
You're justifying it.
y'all took away, like, that took away like a lot of shit. If it would have been just me, whatever.
It's what it is.
Yeah. So I have that, and which I didn't realize I had that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know. And so, yeah, you're spot on with the whole mental health issue, because they hear absolute dog shit with it. That's why I have friends like Betsy Pool and Rogue Marines and, Hawkeye and Bitty Mage.
Yeah, because we make them feel like shit like 90% of the time, but we're still good buddies.
Yeah, I mean, I go to bed thinking, Jesus Christ, I might as well just take that fucking pill now.
You're just like, no, it's not even that. You're just like, I'm going to give everyone else that pill right now.
Yeah, I'm going to bomb your fucking house.
Yeah, no, totally get it. I'll tell you what. I had the opportunity to read the entire book. The first one.
Need to get there. Where can I get it? I need to find out. Like,
I already posted it in chat.
Where is it?
I set up a timer for it. I'm not sure why it's not working now.
Because you set the timer.
I probably set the timer wrong.
But I will tell you this. I do read a lot. But I've never found a book that I actually connected to, character wise. This book, I connected with two characters, because I've experienced both sides of it. First one was Leslie. I was an NCO. I wasn't an officer, but I was an NCO, and I had to deal with shit. And then while I was still active duty, I dealt with some really good friends that decided to make that choice that their reality was too much for them, and they moved on. Let's put it that way.
So there's only three, right?
What's that?
There's only three.
There's 3 books right now out, if that's what you're talking about.
Yes. I'm ordering all 3 of them right now. So
I'm hoarding the rest of them because I was absolutely riveted.
And I'm just real quick before you finish that, I didn't realize your name was Betsy Ross, which is
it says it right on the screen, dipshit.
Yeah, but I didn't connect that because like the only Betsy Ross that I know is
Flag.
But yeah, no, the one you dated way back when. We get it.
And I'm like, that's the most American fucking name on the planet.
All right.
Right.
So before we go further, I'm going to say Hawkeye's one question. Miss Hawkeye was not able to make it, but he did have one question. His question was, what was the expiration between the different characters in your book?
Say that again.
What was the inspiration between the different characters in the book?
Inspiration. Yeah.
Inspiration. I don't care.
Inspiration. We're going to go ahead and offend the Irish again today. Fuck it.
What do you say?
I fucking hate it here. I swear to God. Like every teacher in the English speaking world's going, the fuck did you just say?
Rex, I love you to death, but what the fuck, man?
Like, even people in chat right now are like, words are hard. Yeah, no shit.
What did you say? Inspiration.
Well,
listen, I never said English was my best language, even though it's my only language.
Like, no, I mean, there's there's hooked on phonics, there's full drunkenese, there's like Spanglish or that fuck it. I don't even know what the hell you're speaking anymore.
This motherfucker.
Inspiration. What the fuck does that mean?
All right, can we get a clip for that for the clip wheel?
Oh, 100%. That shit's getting clipped.
Oh, I'm gonna throw up. Oh, that was perfect, man. Oh my God, I love you so much.
oh my God.
Oh, I needed that today. Holy shit.
Can't breathe.
I'm glad I was able to help.
That shit just happened live. Like, okay, look, I'm gonna say it right now, chat. I'm just here so I don't get fired. Okay, I don't even know what the fuck just happened.
I needed a laugh. That was good.
Get fired. I don't pay you.
True. So I'm fucked.
God damn it.
Okay, so we'll try this again. What was your inspiration? Fuck.
Oh, well, my inspiration was well, truthfully, I wanted to kind of hit every stereotype within the military. What is something that was common? What was something we saw? Pretty much everyone would see or hear or somehow come across. And so I try to hit every different perspective. Even though it's hard to get people to talk about their stories, to get ideas, or basically think of everything, because then the book would never end. But I tried to hit, not everyone has a bad experience in the military or when they get out. But Fight was meant to highlight and basically concentrate the side that people don't talk about. the side where it's delayed PTSD sets in? Or why is it when they go home, they all of a sudden are distant? Why aren't they talking? Why don't they seem happy? Why don't they seem, just so overjoyed? And that...
Or one of the common things in the first book is, why don't they feel normal?
And I'm...
That's the normal. Yeah,
yes,
the normal.
because I know I thought that myself. Why don't I feel normal? Like, even with my family, they've served. They're veterans. I mean, granted, it was different war times, but still, it was like, well, they're veterans, but they weren't understanding me. And then other veterans, different generations, or just different branches, or whatever the case. Like, I felt like there was no commonality. It was like, we're veterans. Like, why is this not making sense? And then I really kind of clicked. Like, we don't talk about the things people need to be talking about. Like,
I think the difference comes from because you say different generations of military and different generations of veterans. So the wars that, like, when we were in, like the Iraqi war and stuff like that, that was a different type of war than what the old heads were used to. They knew who the enemy was. They were uniformed armies.
Yes.
Like World War II, World War I, Vietnam, Korea. They were all uniformed militaries, where we're fighting a group of people, for lack of a better term, they're wearing like pajamas.
Right.
And they all look the same. We have no idea who that takes a toll because you're driving through a city in your convoy, and you're always on a razor's edge. And that's where that hyper focus, that hyper awareness comes from. See, I don't, like I said, I never deployed, but I mean, I had some shit go on that made me have that hyper awareness because I was always looking behind my back. But I've not talked to a veteran that went overseas to fight this recent war, where they go to a restaurant or any other place and their back is open to any entrances or exits.
Right.
That's fair. I mean, I ran convoys. I ran CSE, convoy security element. Actually, Betsy, your book talking about MRAPs, I was like, oh fuck, I was there.
Yes.
But I mean, like simple things like me going to the store. I'm used to driving a certain route to the store. If there's like every Monday, everybody puts their trash out. It's the worst day for me to fucking drive, period. Because there's boxes on the side of the fucking road. There's things like I lose my shit dropping my son off to work. And I come back home and I'm just like,
a wreck,
I know,
a nervous fucking wreck.
Oh no, I know for a fact that like my street's not going to blow up. 100%, it's not going to blow up. But that's not what I'm seeing at that moment.
It's
what I'm seeing is
in the back of mind.
Yeah, I'm seeing a box on the side of the road, and I remember some things when there were boxes on the side of the road. There's a trash bag or like some other shit. So yeah, it's a completely different fucking mindset at that point.
What's up, Meredith?
Yeah.
So yeah, and I think that's where that generational gap comes from, is because they fought a different war. They fought a different they fought a different enemy. And so
I don't know. I mean, when we talk about Vietnam, I mean, if you watched, Good Morning Vietnam, like Robin Williams has one of the best lines where he's like, we walked around asking, is your name Charlie? And they didn't say their name was Charlie, so we don't know who the enemy is. That type of shit. But I mean, we had the same thing over in the sandbox. You're looking at one person, you're like, that's a friend, but the guy next to him is a foe, and they're you can't distinguish the two of them.
Right. You don't know which one's which. And that's why I think like a lot of guys have that. They come back, and then this is a compounded on top of course the other things, actually seeing combat and stuff like that. But it's just the simple fact of they're always on edge because they've been conditioned to be on edge for every deployment. Because you can't not be on edge, because if you that one moment that you become complacent is the moment that shit hits the fan.
Correct.
So, and I think that's one of the biggest detriments to the guys and girls nowadays. And the hard truth of it is that the administration, and I'm not talking about like the presidential administration or anything, I'm talking about the VA administration. The VA administration, they don't fucking get it. They don't understand it.
No, 100% they don't.
And they don't care. That's why your doctors are only allowed to see, 4 or 5 patients, a day. I
don't even have a VA doctor anymore. They completely canceled the PCM program at my VA.
Right.
100% everything is out in town unless it's like a specialist or something like that. I don't see anybody from the VA other than, obviously my drug dealer and my psychologist.
Right. So yeah, it's just and I've been thinking about that, off and on for a while, and because when you said that generational gap, because I talked to some older vets here in town and stuff like that, they're so cool to talk to because they have no problem telling you stories. Like they will tell you all the stories, and they will just tell you, and as long as you want to listen, and their wives are tugging on their arm, like let's go.
You give them a drink, and you're set for fucking hours.
Very true.
And
a couple times, if you're lucky, you will legit get a high five out of them. And then later on, you feel totally guilty for doing it.
Mm-hmm. Like every time I see somebody with the Vietnam hat, and plus the Vietnam guys, they had it really bad because they didn't even get welcomed home.
True.
Oh yeah.
I got my uncles, they came back. Well, my uncles and my grandfather, they all came back from Vietnam. And they got spit on and called baby killers and protested. My uncle got spit on while he was in uniform getting off the plane. He said, had I not been in uniform and saw that, I'd have beat the fuck out of that guy.
Yeah.
And all the wars prior to that and after that, they've been welcomed home.
Right.
So every time I see somebody with a Vietnam hat on or Vietnam anything, I'm like,
100%. I give them as much as
because they didn't get shit, and they got shit on for a war that they shouldn't even been over there.
Yeah,
but that's beside the point.
I agree. I'll tell you what. There was one part of the fight, first book. Again, y'all can find this on Amazon, and if you don't fucking order it, come to your house and there's going to be a lot of furniture moving. That's all I got to say.
Hey,
3 fingers.
Also, one thing, you could use your 30-day free trial to read the book on Audible.
Yes.
Good.
Very true.
Also true. But there's a portion of the book towards the end of the story where it's something that a lot of vets deal with. And I kind of want to bring it up because I know, like, me and Kay, we've got our political views, this and the other. We don't air it that often, but every now and again, we kind of get up in arms. But one of your characters is attempting to go back to school, and there's kind of some pushback where people misinterpret what the military is, and the veteran in anybody that has ever served is just kind of like, I really can't do this. There's this stigma out there that the military, the only thing that we do is we go out and we bomb everybody. We only want oil and fuck the world type of thing. And you bring it up and you bring it up in a way that like for me, I've been called a baby killer. I've been called quite a few things for some of the missions and everything else that we did. And it's heartbreaking, like I hate social media 100%. I fucking hate it. And you see these videos running around on Twitter or I won't even say TikTok because like Kay sends me like the worst TikToks you could ever dream of. But like people, that don't understand what goes on in the military, and they have this preconceived notion of what it is that the military does. And, you have to, you kind of have to sit back and take it with a grain of salt because they don't understand. But at the same time, I want to fucking rage. Like I want to destroy this person's soul, his family, his ancestors, anyone that ever known this person. I just want to fucking destroy the shit out of them.
Right.
But I know I can't. But you bring it up in the book, and it's kind of like this like secret to all of us, because look, like my wife, she works for the government. She's a government employee. I cannot say anything on social media because it could jeopardize her job. You know, and there's certain, you know, like even when you're active, you can't go against administration. You can't talk shit about the fucking military, the admin or this, that, and the other. Otherwise, you know, you get in trouble. And it's like, believe me, I would love the opportunity to just throw it out there. You know, if I offend you, I don't really care. I mean, like, honestly, don't give a shit. And I think that was one of the things that like hooked me towards the end of the book. Because like I said, I identified with two characters in the book. And I don't identify with characters at all. So that hooked me. And then when we got to that section of it, I was like, oh shit. No, believe me, I watched, you know, Twitter and this, that, and the other, and I just want to like destroy someone's soul, and I'm not allowed to.
Yeah.
You know, and it's something that doesn't get talked about enough. And I think that, you know, the fact that you brought that into the story, because it's something that we have to deal with a lot. And we have to mind our P's and Q's or whatever you want to, you know, call it. I think it was extremely hard hitting for me, because I really want that opportunity to just, you know, do what the character did, and just like, you fucking idiot, you don't understand. And I'm like, but somebody could lose their job over this.
Oh, I agree. That's one of the reasons I had written the fight series, was to be able to relate, because I know it's real. I know it exists. I mean, we bash each other, we make fun of each other, we, you know, so, oh yeah, we, you know, it was good in the military, it was fun, or whatever. We try to play it off. Well, what about the things that someone can just easily say something just so small, so simple to anyone who's never served? It's like, oh yeah, that was funny, or yeah, it was just a comment. But to someone in the military, it's a completely different perspective. Internally, we are doing everything you just listed. You know, we are just imagining it. We can't act on it, can't really say anything all the time about it, but it's there, and then we're angry. And they're like, why are they angry all the time? Well, it's because of this one simple out of the blue thing was said, and it just triggers them. It's just that instinct inside of us. We're just ready to stand up for ourselves, or whatever the case is. Yeah.
No, 100%. Stand up for what we did.
Where's Ice at? Because I remember, because he can tell you. There's one time, because Ice, he's a good guy. He's not a bad guy. He's a civilian. He's never served in the military. But
he's a civilian.
He got a little comfortable one time and started making fun of me because I was in the Air Force. And it pissed me off. I mean, I was literally like legit pissed off, like, because these guys were fucking around with me, and I'm like, okay, you know, I was taking their shit because it's not a big deal. But then he pipes up, and it's literally within the same time frame, same sentence, and then I just let him have it. I was like, you never fucking, like, when did you serve? Like, when did you sign that line? When did you go to basic training? When did you get your ass kicked all over the fucking, you know,
or like pad? You like to talk about, when did you duck walk?
Yeah, when did you duck walk? When did that old man look at your butthole? You know, like,
right.
But it's like, but you have no room to say shit. Like, you can't talk to me that way. And I kind of felt bad for it, because I know he was just fucking around. But it was like, it was a switch. It was literally just like a fucking light switch.
Yeah.
And it was so fast. And it was like, it just happened. And I was like, oh, I think I fucking logged off for the night or something. Like, I got away from the situation, because I was like, I was so mad. And it's just like, I don't think civilians understand that. Like, because I work for, I don't want to say who I work for on live, but where I work, there's a bunch of veterans there. We work with mostly civilians. And they're night and day difference. Like night and day. Like the civilians don't understand certain things that, you know, the veterans understand. Like punctuality, making sure you get your shit done.
Oh, nicknames.
Like
I have one of my face, and all of a sudden I'm in HR. Yeah, whatever.
Like one of the guys I worked with, he was He made it to AIT, but he didn't make it out of AIT because of a medical issue. Right. So I still consider him a veteran because he didn't leave on his own. He didn't leave because he wanted to. He left because they were like, "No, you can't stay." Mm-hmm. But I saw this person's last name, not him, but somebody else, and their last name was Slutsky.
No.
Oh no!
So now I call him Slutsky.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's like it's a given.
So now I call him that. We fuck with each other all the time. But if someone else were to say something like that, then I'm like, oh, you don't get to.
Yeah.
You don't get to do that. And
I mean, like with the different branches. Yeah, 100%. We give each other shit all the time.
Right.
Air Force, Army, Marines, Navy.
Don't say it.
I mean, if the Coast Guard is around, yeah, no, we're all going to gang up on them, but whatever.
They're not DOD.
But at the end of the day, like if the shit hit the fan and there was a room full of civilians and Army and Marines and Air Force and Navy, I know for 100% that I can count on those people to do the right thing and we can work together.
100%.
Whereas if like, I'm at a convention center and, a fucking shooter shows up, the civilians, I'm not even fucking paying attention at that point because y'all have lost your goddamn mind.
Yeah,
you're running in 50 different directions and nobody knows what's going on. But that small group of veterans or active duty or whatever, they're going to pull together and they're going to see through, and make sure everything's good.
They're scanning for threats and they're moving towards the gunfire, not away from it.
And the funny part is we don't have to wear a shirt, we don't have to wear a hat or an insignia or anything else like that to know. I mean, you can sounds really stupid, but like me and my family, we went to Florida to Disney World, and I'm like legit walking out of the hotel room, and you can see this guy walking up to me, and like the two of us looked at each other. I knew this guy was a vet. He knew I was a vet.
There's just a look.
Like, I mean, legit. I mean, there was this expression on her face like, there's not a lot of people around. I think we're good.
What's up, bro?
Yeah, exactly. Like head nod and walk past each other. And I'm like, so if I know shit happens in the fucking lobby, that guy's my guy.
Yeah.
It's so fucking funny how it happens too.
And I'm like, I try to teach my family, like clearing the house and shit like that.
Oh
yeah. Why do we gotta learn this stuff? It's stupid.
Oh no, my son, I'm like, use a gun. He's like, but grandpa sent me a Viking axe and I want someone to break in. I'm like, fuck it, do it.
Yeah, and they're like, we don't want, this is stupid. I was like, yeah, it's stupid until somebody breaks in the house.
So you're having a standoff in the bathroom.
And then you're freaking out while I'm posting up on the top of the stairs. Saying you can be down there all you want. You come up here.
It's my BB gun will shoot you.
It's my airsoft.
Airsoft. Yes.
I lost all my guns in a boating accident. It was terrible.
Yeah, I did the same thing. It was on the Titanic. That's how fucking old I am. So whatever.
I think it was the Ark.
Oh yeah, for you. There was two of everything. There was two of animals and 22s and
22s and
two ball and fucking cap. Yeah, no, we're good.
So yeah, and it's like you said, it's so weird. Like you just know, just by the way that people carry themselves. Like that's a veteran. That's a veteran. That's a veteran. Mm-hmm. That's a fucking idiot.
Hi.
Yeah. Shit, we weren't actually calling you out, but hey, thanks for putting your hand up.
That was the one time I wasn't fucking with you, okay?
Well, I accept it.
So I've got those books on order. I did order the paperback, so I'm getting the actual books because I think my wife would like to read it too because she's very interested in some of the things that because she doesn't know. She doesn't come from like any military family or anything like that. Mm-hmm. Where like I have a long line of military behind me, and so I think she might be interested in reading.
He's kind of like Lieutenant Dan. His family was around, during the Alamo and shit.
Yeah, remember the Alamo?
Oh, God.
Davy Crockett was an asshole.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's our old ass
fucking
co-host.
beaver hats and shit.
Okay, you know what? Okay, Miss Ross. The funny thing is that this fuckhead in the hat over here is older than me.
You're wearing a hat. Shut up.
This one.
Oh,
Wait,
this.
which
So we're kind of going. We'll see what happens.
The fucking squid in the sunglasses.
Squid. Oh, we're doing the squid shit. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Fucking chair force piece of shit. Shut
Fucking squid over here is older than me by like what, 1-2 years?
47.
Holy shit, 3 years?
Yeah, and you still like make fucking Santa Claus look young.
Look, man.
Just do what. Just do
At least
what.
children like me.
You know what? Okay, just do what Kari does. Call him a stingray.
Stingray? No, he's a squid.
That
Kari
doesn't
calls
make
him
that
stingrays.
like legit stingray makes absolutely no sense.
Oh, it's a squid.
She doesn't even like the ocean, so she can just
You're
shut
not
the hell
wrong.
up.
She
Wow.
doesn't. She absolutely hates the ocean.
I mean, it's better than the army's fucking chode,
Oh,
honestly.
Lord have mercy.
okay. Have you met our guest yet?
Yeah.
I could take
She
it.
said she could take it.
As long as you actually write a
Betsy.
review. Having reviews for these books is
Oh, 100%. It's on this monitor over here.
Yeah, once I get them, I'll when I read them, and I'll definitely put up a review. 100%.
It's
So-
100%. And I will tell you right now, the first book locked me in. I'm looking forward to
pressure.
reading the rest of the series.
I said no pressure.
What's that? Oh, I'm fucking ordering the rest of them tonight.
So you do get kickbacks from ordering, like paying for
Yes,
those, right?
there are some royalties. Correct.
Okay. Because I ordered all 3 books.
I appreciate that.
They should be coming in a couple days.
And it's nice to have the different perspectives. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
You're all good.
Well, I was just
Continue
gonna-
what you were going to say.
That's fine. We cut him off all the time.
Yeah, and then you guys yell at me to cut you guys off when I need to say something.
Yeah.
Aw.
Now shut up. Let him talk.
Wait,
No, I was just going to say that it's nice to have different perspectives, whether regardless of what branch you've served or if you're even have ever served in the military or not. Because, and when I first published Fight, it wasn't meant to be a series at all, but started getting some pushback from veterans. They were saying, why are you talking like this? Why are you you're putting veterans down. You're making it sound like we're just not good at what we do. There was a lot of negative sayings out there. But it kind of opened my eyes of, one, we need to talk about it all the more because it makes you mad. Two,
yeah,
100%. If no one else is going to talk about it, who is? I mean, I may not have been exactly in their shoes pulling the trigger or whatever the case is, but if I don't say something, who will? Is the cool Navy SEAL guy going to talk about it? I mean, don't get me wrong, Kiss Kyle, God bless him, but
well, I mean, look, he's gonna make $2.5 million off the like bullshit book that he's gonna fucking sell, and that like $3.5 million off his fitness video.
yes.
But yeah, no, that guy is not gonna talk about it.
Well, see, the thing is that we've always needed some sort of advocate out there saying it, because if nobody says it, then nobody hears it.
Well, I think what's so great about the series. Well, like I said, I've read the first one, but when I retired and got out, I still do to this day. I had a really rough time of kind of trying to explain. You know, the things I went through, you know, what I'm going through now, this, that, and the other. And like for other military people, yeah, they get it. 100%. They get it. But like me talking to my family or, you know, people that are listening right now that didn't serve in the military, or people that are watching right now that didn't serve in the military, you know, they constantly ask, you know, a couple of the same questions, you know, what's so hard about getting out of the military? How hard is it being a civilian? And I mean, we can express as much as we possibly can, but we're not going to give all of it up. I had quite a few conversations with a few of our viewers over the last 2 weeks, gearing up to this. I'm like, look, you weren't in the military, but you want to kind of understand, you know, some of the things that we go through. hit this book up, because this gives you a really good insight into, you know, a bunch of different facets of things that we have to deal with coming home.
Yeah.
You know, anywhere from, you know, the flashbacks and dealing with our past to, you know, dealing with, you know, how do we move on from there? You know, when right before I got out, my own unit, like, legit told me, either you're going to go talk to somebody, or we're going to physically pick you the fuck up and take you to medical and put you in front of somebody because you need it. Yeah. I didn't think I needed it. I'm fucking angry. Whatever. You know, nobody cares. I apparently was a little too goddamn angry at that point. But it helped me realize that, yeah, there's a real fucking problem there. And, you know, I came home and I told my family, I was like, look, I'm going to start seeing somebody over this. You know, I think there's an issue. And like, my family was like, oh, no shot. We fucking told you 3.5 years ago.
His wife's going, uh-huh.
Oh, my wife's like, well, I can unload the gun now, you asshole. I think we're good. But this like legit, I think the story, especially the first one, and I look forward to reading the rest of them. I think it gives a great insight into a lot of the things that we deal with when we come home, and we don't know how to deal with them. But on the civilian side, this gives a beautiful look into things that, one, we don't talk about, and two, there's a lot of questions, and this gives the answers to them.
Thank you.
So I want to say bravo Zulu. You fucking knocked it out of the park.
I think I think what's hard for civilians to understand is that they don't get that the military does one thing really well. They train you how to be in the military, how to go to war, how to fight combat, how to do all this shit. They train you how to do that, but they are absolute shit at training you to be a civilian. Because once you're done, they're like,
yep.
Yeah, no, exactly. they wash their hands. They're like, yeah, not our problem.
As you're driving out the gate, they're...
Oh, they didn't even do that when I walked out the gate. They were like, legit, go the fuck home, dude. You're done.
Yeah, and they're like, but there's nothing. There's no... I think they do now. They have like, there's a thing where they have now. I think that one Air Force girl was talking about.
It's there's class.
There's one thing that they have. No, but it's just a class. It's like, a couple days.
Well, it's a week long, but like the VA portion of it, you blow through the VA portion in 2 days. And even the proctor will tell you, if you want to get this right, we're sitting down for 6 months.
Yeah. And
you're probably still not going to get it right.
Oh, I mean, it took me 20 years to get above 10%.
Right.
So, I mean, but there's no transition. It's literally like you get out of the military, you're still in military mode.
Mm-hmm.
And it was hard for me. Like because I got out in 99. So the stuff that they have now, they didn't have any of that when I got out. Like none of it. It was like, oh, you're done. Bye.
Right.
Have a good life. Here's your record. See you later.
Yeah. You literally out processed, got your paperwork, got your medical records, and the next day you were done.
Mm-hmm.
Go find a place to live, go find a job. And then I went from job to job to job to job to job because it wasn't regimented. It wasn't, it was like when I was in the military, I had the same clothing, I had the same job. I knew what was going to be expected of me from each and every day. And then you get out and it's just like, now you're out.
Pretty much.
Go figure out your life. So this was, this was your career that, I know you signed up for 20 years, but because you can't pass, like for me, they were like, you can't pass a standardized test like high school. So you don't deserve to be in the military anymore. So we're going to kick you the fuck out.
Right.
And now you have nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then I fought the VA 20 fucking years and then finally had to get Vet's Guardian to help me out.
Oh, okay.
And then Vet's Guardian's what got me to 70%. And now I kind of know how the racket goes.
So I'll be right back. I guess someone at the door.
So I can go I can put in my claims by myself because I'm like, okay, I'm not going to do this, and this. It's going to do this. Wait. Then I'm going to do this.
That's crazy.
Wait. Then I'm going to do this and then wait. Because you can't do it all at once. Like the VA is shit because you can't do all the claims at once. If they deny one, they deny them all. So if you have to go to the VA and you have multiple things, you got to do them one at a time.
Do I have a mod in my chat?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm on.
All right. So
we're gonna ban this person, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Okay. I didn't know what they were saying. I just saw it up there.
So, what was your struggles with going from civilian from military to civilian?
There's kind of a bunch of things, truthfully.
I had jumped into school because I thought I was in the process of basically restarting a career. I just jumped into school. That started right away.
But I was living out of my truck for my parents
sold the house that I grew up in, so I didn't have anywhere to stay.
So I jumped couch to couch. I was very hard,
But
I was in school.
At a
But it was.
I still had the school thing, but I was going through a divorce. My family weren't really helping me. They didn't quite understand what I was doing. I guess I kind of jumped job to job. I was just going through a lot of darkness. It's what I call my dark phase in my life. Must have lasted like 3 or 4 years. Because I was drinking very heavily. I was basically just preparing for not living the next day. Like, I didn't care. I mean, I worked hard for school, but it was beyond that. I didn't feel like I had a need to live. And my chain of command disowned me. Right. I didn't have friends. The veterans basically disowned me. I didn't feel like I could connect with anyone. My husband cheated and left, never saw him again. My family kind of just went on their separate ways, thinking I was good on by myself. I didn't have anybody. Like, I felt just by myself like the most loneliest I have ever felt. And of course, I was jumping couch to couch. I was the VA. When I tried to put a VA counseling appointment in, they said, well, unless you're going to commit suicide right now, we can't see you because you weren't medically discharged. I know that's wrong now. But back then, I was like, well, fuck. What am I going to do? Like, I was...
Right. Yeah.
Exactly. I was...
Yeah, where do I go from here?
There's no teaching.
I mean, when I say it was a very dark, lonely time, like, I literally had nothing. And so it was hard. I don't even know. People ask, how did you make it? I don't fucking know. Like, I'm pretty sure it was one of those things where someone said something just nice or motivating to some degree. And then it was like, I got through that day. Then the next day I was like, I'm going to kill myself now. And
or you pulled the old military ad, yes. Put your head down and fucking keep going forward.
Yeah.
Because I mean, that at that point, that's all you got.
It's so funny because the way you talk, the way you say things, like, because I didn't live, like, I jumped from, like, I was jumping couch to couch. Mm-hmm. I was jumped from job to job. My shit, basically, I was living out of boxes. Like, they stayed in a box in my car or my truck at the time. I had a little pickup, and I don't know how I made it through.
Yeah,
because it was like, oh, you can't stay here anymore. Oh, well, shit. And then you pack up your shit and you put it in your truck or your car or whatever.
Yep.
And then you go find another friend and you sleep on their couch for a while or sleep in their extra
or even
bedroom.
in their driveway.
Or in their driveway. And then they're like, you can't stay here anymore. It's like, fuck. Dude. Yeah. It's like every time you turn around, you're just getting kicked in the dick. And it's like, I can't. Like, why am I doing this? Mm-hmm. Like, my family, my family moved to California and they were like, you should just go home. And my stupid ass was like, no, I can't go. I can't tuck my tail between my legs and go home.
Right.
Like, that's absurd. That means I failed. That means I'm a failure.
Exactly.
Yeah, that means you admit that you fucked up.
That means I've admitted that I'm a failure, which is which just piles on the obvious feelings of I'm a piece of shit because I'm not in the military anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, oh, now I'm a piece of shit because I'm not in the military anymore, and now I'm a failure. Perfect. That's what I wanted. And so I didn't go home, and I stayed. I was in South Dakota. But yeah, I had the exact same experience. I was drinking all the time.
Yeah.
Like, stupid
amounts.
Yeah, just like a fifth of fucking Southern Comfort. Like I can't even smell Southern Comfort anymore. Like fifths of Southern Comfort. We have a party. I'm carrying the bottle because I'm fucking glass.
Yep.
And by the time the night was over with, I'm tipping that bitch back because it's empty.
Yeah, not only that, but you're waking up the next morning and you're like, why is there 3 bottles on the floor?
Exactly.
Yeah, why is there? Where happened to all the alcohol?
Yeah.
And everybody else is like waking up going, oh God. I'm waking up going, oh yes. Yeah. Start the day.
Like, I'm still drunk, but I'm going to go ahead and drive cross country.
Yeah. But and it's like, and like you said, it's like, how do you make it out of that?
It was definitely.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
And people, and civilians like, and some civilians get it, some don't. But then you tell somebody about it, and they're like, stop bitching, stop belly aching, stop whining.
Stop making people feel sorry for you. It's shut the fuck up.
Yeah, but people feel sorry for you. That's why you're telling us. It's like, no, I'm telling you what my life was like, which is what I went through. And on the flip side of that, like I've got a great wife. I got kids now. I mean, they're step kids and stuff. And looking back, like I don't know if I would change anything because of how I am today.
It's part of your character.
Yeah, it's a hard pill to swallow because it's like, if you could go back, would you change it? And everybody's like, most people are like, yeah, I would change this, this, and this. And I'm like, no, I would go through all the bullshit again to end up in the same place because now I'm at least mostly happy.
Right.
I mean, I still have my demons. I still have my nightmares. I still have my shit. But now at least my home life is happy. I have a house. I have enough money to where we're thinking about buying a house next year. So it's like I have a new-ish to me car. So it's like
you have asshole friends.
I have shithead friends that yeah. And as much as that shithead,
a couple of us are right here. You're just gonna say it out loud.
Hold on, I gotta figure out how to point this here. This one right here. This one. Wait,
the old guy.
This one.
Totally get it.
But at least I know that my shithead friends that I have now, at least if I absolutely had to, I could go to them and be like, I need to talk.
Yeah.
My brain is fucking with me right now and I need to have a conversation. And I know they would be like, all right, so what's up?
Exactly.
And it wouldn't be any other questions.
Well, most of us would just drop anything what we're doing.
Yeah, and
I mean, unless I'm playing Valheim, then we might have to talk.
Might be like, look, motherfucker, I'm playing Valheim right now.
Like, look, dude, I'm trying to kill this troll. Just shut the fuck up for like 5 minutes, and I'll get with you.
Just act like I'm the VA. Wait a couple months.
Yeah. I'm just gonna put you on hold, and I'll get back to you in 6 months.
But I know, like my friend Mac, Nerf.
Yeah.
I can text him going, I'm having a shit time right now. And he will literally call me.
Yeah.
He'll be like, what's going on, bro? Mm-hmm. Like that. He is literally like my best friend. Like if I ever needed anything from anybody, he's like the guy. He's like my ride or die, honestly, 100%. Mm-hmm. Like if I need to take care of something.
He's bringing the shovel, the lime, and the fucking rope. Yeah, no.
He's bringing the map, the shovel.
Yeah. He's like, well, I was a sniper, so hang on.
But like I have that ride or die friends, and it's like, and if I didn't, and if I hadn't have gone through the bullshit, the fucking heartache and the mental stress and all the fucking like if you hadn't have gone through all that shit that you went through, where would you be now? You know, wouldn't be who you are. You'd be somebody else that you don't even know. And it's a hard pill. Like I said, it's a hard pill to swallow, but it's one of those things where it's like, I would go back and I wouldn't change a thing.
Mhm.
I would go through the bullshit again just to. And if I knew that I was going to end up in a place like this where I'm at now, I wouldn't change.
Yeah, 100%. Go through it again.
Mhm.
I'd go back to the military. I mean, I might try to stay in the military a little bit longer, but I mean, I wouldn't change anything. And
Oh God, I have to change a lot because, like, you know, my left leg's 80% titanium. My fucking spine is 60% titanium. I'm probably gonna switch a couple of things up.
I might have to talk to the guy. Be like, I might have to talk to myself. Be like, don't go play football today.
Right.
You have built-in Wi-Fi in your body.
Yeah, I have a pacemaker with Wi-Fi and 4G. What up? But
yeah.
Guaranteed, I'm going to be standing in a hallway in front of a door, and when my NCO goes, "Hey, junior troop, kick that door," I'm not kicking that fucking door again.
Yeah, I'm not playing football on a baseball field. Again.
No, a two-story drop out another window was not fun.
Yeah, I've had the 4 knee surgeries I've had on the same knee.
4, you little bitch.
Oh, that's just the 4 the 2 reconstructions. I'm waiting on my knee replacement. That they're not going to do.
Which version? 50. I'm on knee replacement 2.0.
They haven't. They won't do mine because I'm not 50.
I got mine when I was like 40. Shut the fuck up.
No, I asked for mine when I was 30.
I asked them to take my leg every fucking time. They're like, so here's what's going to happen. We're either going to do a complete knee replacement or you're going to lose your leg. I'm like, let's go for option number 2.
Yeah, take it. I don't want to be in. And they're like, they wouldn't do it. But they flat out told me that they don't want to. And here's the reason. This is the bullshit reason. Because the knee replacements only last 10 to 12 years.
Mm-hmm.
Supposedly. So if I wait till I'm 50, there's a good chance that I'll die before they have to
have the replacement. Yeah, that's exactly what they tell you.
That's not what they told me. I just figured it out because they told me.
They straight up told me that when they did the first one, and then like a year later, that knee replacement completely broke, and I had to have the second one. And that's when my doc was like, "Okay, so here's what's going to happen. You're either going to wake up with your leg's going to be there, or it's not." And I was like, "Let's skip the bullshit and go for option 2."
Yeah, let's just have not.
And he was just like, "You know what you're asking, right?" I'm like, "If you give me enough fucking morphine, I'll do it."
I'll do it my goddamn self.
Yeah, and like my CO, like he called my CO like got on the phone with me. He was like, "You're not cutting your leg off." I'm like, "There might be an accident." He's like, "You live on base housing." I'm like, "Yeah, but I was cutting a tree."
All right, I own a chainsaw that might have malfunctioned.
Yeah, in my bedroom,
precisely no at this angle. But yeah, that's why
doesn't matter, sir.
Yeah, how'd you get the tourniquet? And why are you taking all these aspirin?
Why is your leg in a fucking bathtub of ice? Just shut up, sir, and just let it happen.
I don't know. This was all an accident.
Strange. Pretty sure the Taliban had it.
My neighbor's part of ISIS, I swear.
Yeah. Your neighbor's your CO. Just shut the fuck up and let it happen.
Other guy.
Oh,
He's just my senior chief. Nobody cares.
oh man.
Yeah, I don't. It's a hard transition going from military to civilian life.
It is,
especially when you have to go back to work because now you have to survive. You have to pay bills and you have to eat, have clothing, shit. So that transition sucks.
Betsy, I have a question for you. So, do you have any future?
Drunk?
No. Do you have any future plans or goals right now?
Like just in general, or you're referring to like books? General?
Yeah, just in general. Oh, well, I guess both.
She's like, I'm getting the fuck out of this podcast first. No, and foremost.
I'm having a good time.
Short-term goals, getting the fuck out of here.
Goals. I guess at this point.
At Rex's expense, hopefully.
Of course, right now it's getting Fight 4 actually published. And then I'm thinking of combining them into like a collection, because I had some people complain that it was too short of a book. So it's like, well, it's written pretty intensely. Like I didn't want people who have PTSD to not be able to read it. But so I will plan on combining it as like a collection of all 4 books. But beyond that, I'm actually not sure. Same books.
Oh, and you say collection.
Books.
Are you talking about like making it like one book, or making it like a box deal where you get all 4 books and like,
kind of like the original Lord of the Ring book.
Yeah,
this massive thing.
Like one big ass book, or like, or is it gonna be like a box where you have like a box?
You're making this way too complicated
because each
right
book,
now.
each of the 3 books right now, they're under 100 pages, maybe 99. 98. Yes, they're like novellas. I wrote them short for a reason, because of how intense and how concentrated all the emotions and the scenes are.
Not only that, but like veterans, our attention span is that of a fucking gnat.
Yeah.
Under 100 pages, I can read it.
Yeah.
Can I drink 2 cups of coffee and smoke 5 cigarettes and make it halfway through the book? Fuck yes, I'm in.
You get to that 100th page, and my ass is like.
You get past the title page and you're like, what the fuck did I just read?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's facts.
I mean, we know.
Fight. What?
Aww.
If it's not like Hooked on Phonics where he turns the page to and it says turn the page, he's totally fucked.
I need pop-ups, man.
Yeah.
The next page got explosions. It just pop up and goes.
No. That's one thing we don't need. A fucking pop-up PTSD book. Yeah, brilliant idea.
How did you just write your PTSD?
I'm fucking writing one. I'm making a fucking PTSD
No,
pop-up
because
book.
here's the thing.
Fucking doing it.
Okay,
If your memories don't trigger something, you open a book and there's a bunch of confetti and shit that blows up. Dude, I'm shooting everybody in the fucking house at that point.
Oh my
I'm not helping you with a lot.
No, it's not fun.
A bunch of confetti dicks and shit.
Let's put it this way. What do we do when like 4th of July and New Year's comes around? We do the
fireworks.
one thing. Okay, you're a fucking idiot. But like the rest of us, we do the one thing that we shouldn't do. We all go play fucking Escape from Tarkov, and we play a war game so we don't have to hear the sounds of war.
I shoot off fireworks. I like it. I like explosions. I'm sorry.
I don't.
I mean, I get why some combat veterans don't like it, but I mean, like,
I know, but that's one of the things that has always driven me nuts, and I laugh about it. They're like, 4th of July is coming around. I can't take the fireworks. What do you want to do? Let's go play Call of Duty. What?
complicated.
I don't want to hear fireworks because it reminds me of war. What do you want to do? I want to play Call of Duty.
I want to go pretend war.
Totally makes sense.
So I don't want to be reminded of war, but I'm going to play a war game.
Yeah,
exactly.
I don't want to be reminded.
Yes, exactly.
I just want to play it.
Well, I mean, in all fairness, I can get shot and die and fucking respawn. I'm kind of good with that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I like fireworks.
My dad told me a long time ago, he was like, look, you get shot in real life, you're not coming back, bitch. I was
like that one guy that got mugged.
I'm
got
5.
shot.
Why the fuck are you telling me this, Dad?
You heard about that Navy SEAL that got shot twice? He got mugged. He put his fingers in the holes and like shot the other guys.
Fair enough.
How much of a badass are you that you plug
and
your own
you know it was in Virginia. He stopped by one of the liquor stores, picked up 2 bottles, and then
oh my god,
thought about going to fucking medical.
Like, sir, you're bleeding from like a lot of holes. Yeah, I know.
Well, it's like when I was still stationed down in Virginia, we had a hurricane coming, and I stopped at the gas station. I was filling up my Jeep, and there was some team guys there. And I looked over, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? They're like, oh, we're on hurricane watch. And I'm like, you're buying like all the alcohol in the gas station. They're like, yeah, we got to be here for the next 48 hours. And I'm like, what? They're like, yeah, no, we're on post for the next 48 hours. We can't leave. I'm like, y'all are going to be fucked up. They're like, and?
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, I'm going to go home across the street. I'm probably gonna get fucked up too, but I don't have to be here.
So we got yelled at fucking in South Dakota. We went out and watched the tornadoes.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking MPs are driving, go back in the dorms. We're like, but tornadoes right there.
I did that in Iowa. Is there a tornado coming? What did I do? I climbed a tree to get a better look.
Yeah, we're like standing out in the parking lot. Look, there's another one over there.
Yeah. Like everybody's like, get the fuck out of the tree. I'm like, but I see it. Like I've seen the movie Twister. This is kind of cool.
Go inside. I can't see the tornado.
And the cows.
Aw.
I'm waiting for the cow to fly by.
South Dakota was such a good time, dude. I love being on base.
I think you're the only person that's ever said that about South Dakota.
Only the Air Force part of it, though. The rest of the year sucked.
Right. It's like we got bad weather and then everything else sucks.
Yeah.
Totally get it. I live in Mississippi. Like, believe me, everything fucking sucks until hurricanes come.
Oh, it was really a bad one time. It was Saturday, and I was on weekend duty, and we had a nasty fucking like bad winter storm come in, and then they're talking like 6-foot drifts and shit like that. And of course, I'm sitting at home watching TV, or sitting in my barracks room watching TV, and next thing I know, the fucking page comes across. They're trying to get a bird in the air, and I'm like, "Are you fucking serious?" And I'm like, and I call him. I'm like, "What's going on?" Like, "Yeah, we got a red ball. We're trying to get this bird in the air. We need a part." God damn it! So I drive my little 2-wheel drive mini truck, a little Nissan, from my dorms to the fucking flight line and get stuck like 15 fucking times. They're paging me over and over and over again. I'm like, do they not look outside?
What's the holdup, dude?
What's the holdup? It's like there's a blizzard outside, you assholes. I finally get there.
Fucking snowbank.
Yeah, I finally get there, get dug out by this big fucking caterpillar because I got caught in the train tracks, and finally get there. I just stayed like the next 2 days there.
Yeah,
I just slept in the fucking office and on the couch.
I mean, we had something similar in 2014 when I got sent down here for school. We had an ice storm come in. Ice storm in Mississippi.
Yeah.
There was like half an inch of ice, and they shut the base down for 10 days.
Sorry, that sounds weird to me, but I live in Minnesota, so
they do that shit in North Carolina too.
Oh, it's fucking ridiculous.
We used to make jokes.
Weird to me.
Like I was living in a hotel room, and they were like, "There's no school for the next 10 days. You can't do anything on base." Like I'm watching dominoes slide across the fucking road and this, that, and the other, trying to make deliveries. And I'm like, I'm gonna go out to the smoke pit, and I'm walking across ice because it's ice. Who cares? Yeah. And I'm watching like dipshits like take a step, and like ambulances are showing up because these guys are doing like 360 head dives into the fucking ground. And I'm like, are you serious? They're like, have you ever seen this much ice? I'm like, I came from Iowa. Yeah, I like this is
nothing.
I put more ice in my tea.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I can get more ice from McDonald's than what you have on the fucking ground right now.
What was really fun in South Dakota, because I worked on the flat line, it would ice over just a sheet of ice and nothing to block the wind. And I used to have that big gray parka that the Air Force has, and I would just like put my arms out, and it would just push me across the flat line. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you got the wingsuit.
And then of course you catch that one bump, and then you fucking eat shit, and you're gonna stand up like
nobody saw it.
We saw that shit.
And then flight control goes, dude, we saw that shit.
We saw you. Fuck you, maintenance. Oh no, I can't wait for these books to come in. I'm actually really excited. I haven't read a book in so long. I really don't have the.
Yeah, the last one you read was on a stone tablet, so shut the fuck up.
It wasn't stone. It was hieroglyphic.
It was an obelisk.
It was painted on the cave.
Even Moses looked at it and went, I'm not even reading that shit.
It had deer and arrows, spears.
Somehow there was still an alien on the side. I don't know what the hell that was about.
Woolly mammoth. Right there.
All right, so we're getting close to around, endish of the podcast.
God, you're such a fucking party pooper.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
It's like all professional and shit. What the hell happened?
So we're getting ready to end the podcast. That's you, Rex.
So do you have any questions for us?
I'm a little speechless right now. I don't know.
We got to that portion of the show?
Yeah, surprisingly.
Yeah, no, 100% she's going, why the fuck?
Or one question is like, so when do you see your therapist again?
The thing is, why did I agree to this on Twitter?
Y'all are in the same padded room, right? Want to make sure on that.
She's like, why did I agree to this again?
I'm officially banned on Twitter. I don't know what the fuck just happened.
Oh, God.
I'm close to being banned on TikTok.
Yeah, no, you don't want to read half the shit that he says.
I'm to the point now to where I'm old enough to where I just don't give a shit anymore.
I mean, I'm older than you, and I'm still careful.
Yeah, I just don't give a shit anymore.
I mean, fair enough, but like your entire family can't get arrested for what you say.
No. So what? I told somebody there used to be a place for you.
Do what?
I told somebody there used to be I told somebody that had a bedazzled face and makeup that there used to be a place for you.
Oh no! Yeah, I know.
God.
Like when you post something and Elon Musk fucking slaps his forehead, you probably shouldn't have fucking done it.
And look, at least I'm not making fun of the Twitter thoughts.
True.
Anymore.
True. Yeah.
Anymore, he says.
So Betsy, let's try this. Where can our listeners and our viewers find you, whether it be on social media?
My books are currently available on Amazon. They're all on either Kindle or paperback. It's just 1, 2, and 3. Fight to fight on. Sorry, to fight again, and to fight back. To fight on number 4 should be published this year, but right now all of them are available on Amazon. One, because it was supposed to only be one book. It is also available on Barnes and Noble website only. My website is currently down. I'm having to update it, so I don't have a website right now, but I am on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Betsy Ross Author. Twitter is fight_Ross. For the books themselves are just on Amazon. I am self-published, and that's why I really, really push for reviews. Somehow just getting a review, especially on Amazon, Goodreads, or just posting anything on social media, because honestly, people don't know what it's about. I know I struggled even just expressing summary of what the series is about, and it's like, getting out of the military. That sounds so boring. I mean, if you heard the entire podcast, we described what getting out of the military was like. Who wants to read about that? In this case, it's written in such a way.
I mean, we've got some really demented fucking listeners.
I mean,
Believe me, they want to hear about it.
So it does jump around a lot, but
it was difficult for me to label this podcast.
It's okay.
So I can.
How the fuck was that difficult? You type.
Well,
inspiration.
Yeah,
shut the fuck up.
An inspiration story. I'm fucking putting that in my review.
All right, this is the final episode of Asylum Arms.
Yeah, no, we're fucking done. This is the end.
All right, we're leaving off the episode. Episode 44 is the last one. We are not hitting 50. I'm sorry.
Oh my god, okay. So Betsy, I'm going to apologize right now, but I might put Rex's term in my review just for shits and giggles.
How do you spell
where it says headline, inspiration is gonna be on it.
How do you spell that, sir? I don't know how to fucking spell that.
I don't know. It's gonna be. I'm pretty sure there's a 7 in the hashtag somewhere in there.
Inspiration.
I laughed that hard in a while.
But, okay,
Well,
Rex,
I will
Rex,
say
gotta challenge
personally,
Rex.
it's been absolutely amazing being able to talk with you. I want to say thank you for the book that I was able to read, and I'm looking forward to the rest of them.
I have a challenge for Rex.
Who's their challenge, buddy?
Look,
I want you to go
we're
through
not
it.
doing an Asylum Arms spelling bee. Believe me, that's not fucking happening.
No. I want you to go through an entire
Aw.
podcast without fucking up one word.
That's hard. You know that. I fuck up.
I know it is. That's why it's a challenge.
I fuck up every sentence I say. I don't know what the fuck you're talking
Not
about.
every
He doesn't make it through the sponsorship without going fuck.
Fuck, fuckity fuck.
I told him to write the shit down and let it just read it.
I do have it written down.
Do you have it written down finally?
I've always had it written down.
So Betsy gets there. So the last podcast on Saturday, he gives it like he starts the stream, right? And he gives his whole spiel about the audiobooks and everything like that. Not a soul was in here watching.
He started reading it before the actual stream was up.
Yeah.
And running.
An accident, yeah. It's okay.
That's all we had to tell him. Like,
Hey, you know what? Shit happens.
So we had to tell him, like, bro,
it, so
you got to give it like 10
Like
minutes.
so
At
in
least you
fairness,
still heard
I was streaming one time and in my chat, there are a bunch of fucking assholes let me go 45 minutes with my mic muted.
I know, I was
before
there.
they finally said, hey, by the way, nobody can hear you.
I know, I was there for that stream.
I know, and you're one of the assholes.
I may or may not have been.
No, you were there.
Oh my god.
100% you were there.
This
I mean,
is
all
really
I
like a wonderful
all I
host.
saw from you and Mac was LOL, and I'm like, why the fuck are you guys laughing?
Oh my god.
Because it was funny.
Yeah,
Gotta make your own entertainment.
pro streamer, whatever.
All right. So guys,
Yeah.
Betsy, I appreciate you coming on the
Appreciate it.
podcast.
Good
It was
laughs.
amazing time having you on here. And
Well,
I'm
definitely
going to
love
also
to hear
be
your
buying your books.
perspective too. 'Cause like I said, it doesn't matter if you're a veteran or not.
People.
Anyone can learn something from it. I've had readers read one page at a time. I've heard couples handing it off to each other, saying that it saved their marriage because it really helped them put words in their mouth, like, because they had they didn't know what to say. So trust me,
Gave
it
them
doesn't matter if you're a
insight,
veteran
yeah.
or not. You
Yep.
can definitely learn something or just get something out of it. So I'm really glad.
It's gonna be an inspiration to him.
I hope so.
Yeah, I'm driving this into the ground.
Oh yeah, no, you're beating that dead fucking horse already.
All right. And guys, this has been episode 44 of Asylum. We're going to raid into Imperial Trooper today.